My girlfriend fell with her bike and her eyelashes are embedded in her broken glasses. Oh no. I don't think you understand what's going on here. I see the streak of the eye. Oh man. A big ass chunk of obsidian my son found. Oh, damn. I mean, what enchantments does he have on his diamond pickaxe to bring that one back up? That'd be my question, you know? An owl hit my window, leaving a perfect silhouette. Oh. Woo. Oh. Poor guy. You were about to go to Hogwarts, bro. But now that owl dead. That owl ain't gonna send anything back. Your acceptance letter has been rescinded, my friend. Stumbled across this rock, perfectly sitting on an 8-foot stump, way out in the middle of nowhere. That's the chosen rock. Don't move it from its perch or bad luck will befall you and your loved ones. Simply acknowledge its existence and go about your journey through the woods, my friend. That's all it's meant for. A hot air balloon landed in my backyard last night. Oh, hell yeah. What do you even do? That's a big ass backyard, by the way. I don't know if I need to mention that. This guy's got a big ass backyard. Did they give you champagne? That's what they're supposed to do if they land in your yard. That's the tradition. There's not, get out of here. There's not a protocol for hot air balloon landing in your backyard. No, let me look this up. So I found one that if a hot air balloon lands in your backyard, a historical lore dictates that the pilot or balloon owner gives you a bottle of champagne along with a free ride in the balloon, which made me look up, okay, well, what's up with champagne and hot air balloon? That is to toast a successful balloon flight along with a prayer, the balloonist's prayer that reads, "The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has blessed you with its warm hands. We have flown so high and so well that God has joined you in laughter and set you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth." There's like a whole lore thing here. Apple entirely carved out by hornets from my mother's garden, August of 2025. Oh, god damn. Hey dude, they were hungry. They were hungry and they were efficient. Now you can't blame that. Now let that one fall from the tree. I don't even think there's any seeds left in that bad boy. They're replanting that thing. They just wanted a little snack, that's all. One was enough for the whole hive. A bunch of heart-shaped rocks found while digging up my backyard. Oh, wait, these are adorable. Now you got a great little Valentine's gift for the, who are people that study rocks? Geologist? A perfect Valentine gift for the geologist in your life. That's adorable. Me and my cat have matching birthmarks on our face. Well, that's adorable. That means, you know what that means, man? It means you and the cat distribution system that the world has, it made a right choice. That's all that means. It means its vibe check was accurate, and now you have a lovely little cat that has the same birthmark as you do, dude. You guys had something to relate on off rip. You know, you look at the cat, you go, we're not so different after all, you and I. Then you give him a little bit of the catnip. Just a bit of the catnip. My cat shed an entire claw in my wrist. Oh, oh, I see. I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's okay, actually. I mean, like, I'm sure the cat's fine, but I don't know. This just looks like a big ouch for everyone involved. And by everyone, I just mean you. I mean, maybe this gives you feline powers, right? My croissant looks like the Rebel Alliance symbol from Star Wars. You know what? Yes, it does. This is confession time for Damian Lee. I've only ever seen the first movie, and you know, a fellow narrator on the channel, Zach Fuller, he has been on my ass trying to get me to watch the other Star Wars movies. I haven't done it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But if there was more bread-based signage in the Star Wars universe, I might give it a shot. This crosswalk button asks you not to push it. Do not push pedestrian signal button. The pedestrian walk signal is automatic. Well, why install it with the button if it's automatic? Why can't you remove the button from the crosswalk? Why would you even... Is the button there to indicate that it is a pedestrian signal and that they have to stand there? Now it's just a logistics question, right? If I didn't need the button there to cross and it's automatic, why keep the button there? Can't you remove that? Now you're just confusing pedestrians. My cutting mat produces oil from these 4 squares. Okay, why? Oh, why might that be? Hi, Plastics industry guy here. Oh, we got the expert. I'm ready. Flexible cutting mats like these are typically made from PVC with additives called plasticizers. They give the mat an added flexibility. These plasticizers don't fully bond to the PVC. Think of it as a matrix surrounding the more rigid polymer chains to allow it to bend and flex. This also gives it the self-healing property that most cutting mats exhibit. Since the plasticizers aren't fully bonded, they can leach out of the mat, leaving the PVC behind. In your image, you can see the 4 squares are a slightly different color. This is likely the PVC losing its plasticizer. The oily substance could be a phthalate if it's an older mat, but it's likely a non-phthalate chemical called dinch. What a great name for a chemical. Dinch. 1,2-cyclohexane dicarboxylic acid. Oh wow, disononyl ester. This is an oily substance when separated from the PVC. I don't know if I said that whole chemical name right. I'm not giving that another read. Now the real question is, why is it separating? The most likely culprit is that these squares came into contact with a solvent, EmKay, acetone, etc., or possibly a non-polar oil or hydrocarbon, think diesel, mineral oil, paraffins. These combined with heat, maybe a soldering iron, heat gun, etc., could increase the leaching effect. The PVC will start to swell and release the plasticizer, resulting in a little pool of oil. I'd love to hear if any of this sounds like it could be hitting the mark. And while we're never given the answer because the post cuts off here for me, I love the guy's username. He's not wrong. This guy has a perfect name for this particular situation. What a well-fitting username, man. He's not wrong. You betcha, bro. Dog had back surgery. The hair around the surgical scar is growing back faster. Could it be that is where the skin cells have been stimulated because of the surgery? I don't know. Maybe that's because it's where it's actively healing. That would be my initial guess. Do we get an explanation? There's more blood flowing there because of the healing going on at the incision. See, sometimes I don't gotta research. Sometimes my guesstimation and my hunch turns out to be correct. I'm not just the stupid guy reading Reddit posts. Sometimes my brain worked good. And in this case it did. I think I've earned myself a reward. A perfectly shaped flower. Wow, yeah, no, holy shit, it's got layers and layers. But do all of these look like this? What kind of flower is this? That would be my question. Because if this is one of those flowers where like every single, flower that it grows looks like this, I think it's maybe a little less impressive, you know? The frame on this picture has been slightly carved to accommodate Charlie Chaplin's hat. Yeah, I mean, people don't understand how big Charlie Chaplin was back in the day. I'm sure that this is carved slightly as like a little bit of a gimmick or a gag, but Charlie Chaplin back in the day, I would say that Charlie Chaplin was to film what the Wright brothers are to flight. You know what I mean? Like that guy, extremely influential. The pool he had back in his day, he was an icon. I think still is an icon. He received like a special Academy Award for the effect he had on film as an art form. He got it. Like this dude was the shit. Charlie Chaplin, ain't no one had motion like Charlie Chaplin. Look at that smug face. He knew he had it going on. You know what floored me? Learning that the mustache was fake. That sent me down a spiral. I didn't know that. I didn't know the mustache was just for show. My friend, it kind of looks like my foster cat. You're too far gone. You're comparing friends to animals, but in this case, I see it. In this case, I kind of see it. They both got that same smug ass grin. What's so funny? That's what I'd ask them. Start pressing your cat. What's so funny? This giant carrot. God damn. I guess so. I mean, that's like an average sized carrot. It's no big deal. I mean, that's like a little on the small end if you ask me. What the hell is going on with this carrot? I don't even know how do you I'm just sorry, I'm at a loss for words. This thing needs to be registered as a fucking weapon. What is going on here? How do you grow a carrot this obscene? How do you grow something like this? These guys are grilling on a small charcoal grill about 10 feet from the entrance of a Taco Bell. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Maybe they're having a little, they're doing a little carne asada action, having a bit of fun. They even got some Jay and Silent Bob action going on here, man. This is great. I know this is the workers just hanging out and throwing down. Why not, dude? This McDonald's has only one golden arch. Oh. It's like an angel without two wings. What's going on? I'm pretty sure the initial design of McDonald's, like the modern M, like double arch, didn't become a thing until like the late 60s. So this single arch is like a nostalgia bait throwback to like the early architecture of the McDonald's locations. You know what I mean? I think they did away with the single arch because they felt like it was like too flat or something. I don't know. It is from like the early days of this being a business though. That much I do know. Came home to a DoorDash delivery that I didn't order of one Taco Bell sauce packet. That's the sauce fairy, bro. They thought you could use some for your next meal. That's kindness. That's kindness personified. All right, you can thank Amy Q for that. Amy Q, the sauce fairy, left that upon your door. What you do is you say thank you and you enjoy. My Japanese nail clipper came with a strange inscription. Oh boy. I want to sing with a romantic scene. It perfectly fits my private time. The hell does that mean? I feel like this is our version. Like us being confused by this is like a Westerner getting a tattoo that's in like a Japanese script and it making no sense to anyone who can actually read the language, you know? It's a similar thing. It's not for us. My knee spontaneously doubled in size. Nope. This is screaming medical issue. Similar thing happened with my son. Thought it might be from hockey or basketball, but he said he did not remember getting banged up. Ends up being Lyme disease. So get that thing checked out. Large bruising at my hand 2 days after a practice IV insertion. Oh! Hold on. You been shaking a lot of hands, man? I guess the good news is you definitely found the vein, right? What's even protocol here? Do you just apply more pressure after the initial insertion? I don't know. I don't work as a nurse. I wouldn't know, man. This Mexican restaurant used to be a KFC, and they just painted a sombrero, mustache, and poncho over the Colonel Sanders images. It's how the Colonel would have won. It's how the Colonel would have wanted it, dude. It's how the Colonel would have wanted it. Where the hell is this place? Oh my God, this is awesome. Where the hell can I go find Senor Sanders, dude? I'm a... That's great. That shit ain't finger licking good anymore, dude. That's para chuparse los dedos, bro. A ridiculous number of tomato plants grew wild where our chicken run used to be. Oh, well, is there a reason why? Did the chicken run promote the growth of tomatoes? Trying to justify this. So they grew wild, which means you didn't plant them. What did you... What happened? I don't even know. I'm not sure what happened here. This one-legged pigeon has been staring at me for the past hour. He's hungry. Won't you feed him? He's either hungry or he is beaming bird powers into your brain, into your skull. Whichever one sounds more exciting for you, that's the one that's going on. Orange had a little paw print in it. Oh. This one was grown by the citrus cat. Isn't that adorable? Every single one's got a little paw print on the inside, so you know exactly who made them, who germinated these oranges. That's adorable. Over $1 million worth of singles stapled to the walls and ceilings of this restaurant. It would be the most elaborate heist ever. Would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to go in with a staple remover? I believe this is like an Irish pub, right? And I don't think it's 1 million. It's like 1.5 or something. It's like a ridiculous amount of singles. If a fire starts in there, oh. You got to imagine the appraisal value and like is crazy. The fire insurance policies got to be crazy. There's a lot going on here. This pear fell from our tree and cut itself in half perfectly corrugated. Oh my God. Well, I can see why it cut itself in half. You're not mentioning the, like metal fencing, whatever you have here that's cutting it, that's splitting it. I love that this, shows that the force, the pull of gravity on that pear was so great because of the weight of the pear that it drove itself through that. I think that's coolest to see, Split right in half the horizontal way, not the long way. This thing isn't vivisected, it's just sliced in two. Pennies soaked in salt and vinegar overnight. One is totally dissolving. And yeah, that one's gone. That one's being taken by the mixture. It's owned by the mixture now. Each piece of metal that was stuck on top of one of my wife's back teeth after eating spaghetti. I did add each there, it's my bad. Ooh, why was that? So your wife was just eating pasta and chewed on some shrapnel? Is that what I'm to believe? This isn't the first time. There was another post like this, like a year ago, where they found a piece of metal in a smoothie. So this isn't even like a one-time thing that is happening to people. What happened here? Gotta be like a dental filling or something, right? I would have to imagine that this is like a bracket or something. She had to have braces, right? This isn't like an anomaly. There's a perfectly good explanation. Intricate potato chip flour in my bag of Cape Cod. Oh, that's beautiful. I love to see real artists at work. Putting things in places you might never believe. You thought you were just getting a regular bag of taters? No. We're putting some real art. We're gonna make you appreciate what you've been given. You know what I mean? That's nice. It makes every moment a little more magical. This restaurant in Switzerland puts ice in their butter dish. Their reason why is that to keep the butter cold and not melt in the metal tray. I would assume that's why, right? I don't know. That's my first guess. It's the, this is like the same function as putting pats of butter in the freezer to serve directly. You know what I mean? Like to serve right to you, like frozen butter. This is just to keep it firm. I would imagine, right? I don't know. Saw a rock that resembles a foot because wow. I was gonna make a joke at first. No, that's a whole foot. That's a whole tootsie. I can't even, there's not even a joke to make here. That is clearly someone's, that is fossilized. That is a real human foot. This, in quotes, sculpture at the colorectal surgeon's office. Now you might be wondering, Damien, what is colorectal? Colorectal? That's for the ass. At the colorectal surgeon's the ass doctor. Now we all know, all right? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. Wow, Well, if you didn't know before I told you, you should certainly know now what the colorectal doctor's all about. Checking inside of that thing. My sister's Chick-fil-A nugget shaped like a poodle. Sell that one on eBay, get $30,000 cash. If someone will buy it. Just say it's shaped after the poodle from like one of those old Disney movies. What's the one with the very pampered poodle in the Disney movie? Say it's based off Georgette from Oliver and Company. Get $30,000. Smash glass hammer replaced with push pin on my bus. Oh, nice. Yeah, pull the pin, strike the button. A lot easier to lose, I would argue, instead of the glass smash hammer, and less cool, in my opinion. Now I feel lame breaking the glass, thanks. So I pull the pin, okay. So I pull the pin and then I slam this button like I'm sending someone straight to the live shows on America's Got Talent, right? That's what I'm doing, right? I hitting the gold buzzer. Someone bought, used, then returned a wedding suit, a suit, my bad, with a wedding toast inside the pocket. Oh my God, what's the toast say? Hi everyone, may I have your attention? Silence your phones, please, unless you are recording for compliance or blackmail purposes. Pause for laughter. We are here to celebrate the union of two truly incredible people, Tony and Allie. Wall Street marries, what is that? Regulator? Somewhere Adam Smith is crying into an invisible hanky. Pause for laughter. My name is Val and this is Jack. Tony asked us to speak because we are his oldest and dearest friends, and the tallest and most photogenic of all his friends. We met Tony at Dartmouth. 4 formative years in the economics department, late night study sessions at the library, pushing each other to learn and grow. Jack says, I learned that Tony can't hit the side of a barn in beer pong, and something closed. And then we get this cut out. Our eclectic crew spent weekends everywhere. Vermont ski cabins, beach getaways, sailing, hiking, even pool volleyball tournaments we treated like Olympic qualifiers. Jack, 10 single dudes marinating in Keystone and hot stock takes. The good old days of losing my bonus to Tony's stock tips. And then came Allie. This is cute. You returned this whole thing and didn't take out this beautiful, this is cute, this is adorable. I would feel offended that you didn't keep this toast as for memories, that you scripted this whole thing with pauses. I can't believe you. This is an adorable thing. You should have kept it.